Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the conversation series.
Because creators are businesses.
What we do is not simple.
Give, the fans everything that they deserve.
Being creative
is like doing a 5,000 piece puzzle.
is something that you can learn and do over and over again.
Always be as authentic as I can be.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the conversation series. I am thrilled today. Miss Meghan Lamontagne is in front of me.
Hello. Oh my goodness.
So excited.
I'm so excited too. Like, I'm literally grinning from ear to ear. I'm like, wow, this is so fun.
I told Megan as soon as she walked in, I was like, this doesn't sound creepy or anything, but I'm like, I see you like 40 games a year.
Oh my goodness. And it's so funny. And I was telling you too that like, I love when people come up and say hi, but yes. I'm always in section 229. Yeah. So sometimes I don't get to see the people in the 300s or the 100s, but I'm glad you're there. Have we ever met prior to today?
No.
Okay. Well, I'm glad we're here together.
First time. You have not stopped me in the arena for an interview or anything like that this year.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, we will get on that. We will get on that. I will need to talk to you and get you on camera for sure.
But Meghan Lamontagne, multi-hyphenate. I love this. In-stadium host for North Carolina Courage. In-arena host for the Carolina Hurricanes. Host of the Ice-T podcast. Multimedia personality on WRAL-FM at Capital Broadcasting Company. I'm excited to get into all of this with you. I first wanted, LA girl, West Coast girl coming all the way to the East Coast. What got you into this world of hosting, broadcasting, this very exciting in person, in front of camera world?
Yeah. So originally I am from New England, but I always had this want to move to Los Angeles. And actually, this is a really crazy story that not a lot of people know. But what initially got me into this, you and I were talking a little bit prior to recording, and we were very much children of well, no, you're probably a lot younger
28
than me. Okay, so I've got 10 years on you. But, the cameras and the VHS and, our parents filming everything and kind of being front and center. Well, my parents always had the big camcorder like on their shoulder. And so for my 9th birthday, I got a cat, and it was like the last thing I was expecting to pop out of the box. So I freaked out, got very excited. We sent the video into America's Funniest Videos, and it was probably about 15 years before we heard from them, but they called. And so to make a very long story short, we were finalists on the show, flew out to Los Angeles, and we won America's Funniest Videos in 2004.
That's hysterical.
And I don't know if it's still on Disney Plus because it's when Tom Bergeron was doing it. And I know there's been many seasons since then. So I think it's kind of filtered through as one of the oldies. But when I was in Los Angeles, watching Tom Bergeron host, seeing the teleprompter, seeing the lights, being in a studio in the studio audience, I thought, this is what I'm going to do with the rest of my life. And then, so then I eventually ended up moving to Los Angeles.
Crazy.
Wild. It's a wild story.
Now you're over here with us and we love it. Going through all of this, and I mean, just even looking at your resume and all the different things that you have done, how has your definition of success in media evolved from your early days at Emerson?
Oh my gosh.
To now.
It's just been so crazy to just keep up with, right? Because I feel like you go into this area of work with a relative goal and a relative way of doing things, but yet all of a sudden overnight everything changed. To your point, again, we were talking about YouTube and podcasting and how that is now such a prevalent thing where it wasn't when I first started or even when I graduated at Emerson. These were just kind of new. I remember filming at school with a flip cam. You probably don't even know what that is. But that was even before iPhone. I'm really aging myself.
I love it because I had one too.
You know what I mean?
Even like an iPhone, I had an experience the other day of like an iPhone compared to, and I'm like, my God, these are massive.
It's so crazy. And then you would take the footage and you plug it in your computer with the USB, and it's just trying to keep up with the times. But I feel like now the kids are just already ahead because they already know how to use their phones. They already know this. So I felt like a lot of the years was learning technology that we didn't actually end up using because when I went to Emerson, it was all like camcorders and linear editing. And so anyways, it just got very fast, very quick. But I think the cool challenge about my generation is being able to be adaptable and being able to change with the times and still be able to be successful.
Love that. Is there a difference between Meghan on the radio voice, and the Meghan in arena, in stadium hype woman.
Meghan is always Meghan. But I will say, I actually do get pretty self-conscious about my voice.
Really?
Right now, I'm getting over a little bit of a cold, but I do have this rasp. And I always thought, wow, I don't have a smooth voice. Never honestly thought I was going to get into radio. And that just kind of happened on a whim. But what I will say, the difference between Meghan on the radio and Meghan in the arena for the Carolina Hurricanes is I am very much reporting on the team.
Yeah.
But actually, that's something I'm going to try to add in a little bit more this year. Now that it's my 5th year, kind of add in my personality a little bit more. I think I'm very to the script, and it's a very important role. And, I obviously want to relay the information, but I think I can do that in a little bit more of a Meghan way. So we'll see. We'll see. But yes, I'm going to try to add a little bit more fun and pizzazz.
I love it too. Well, and it's so funny. I'm like, Jacoby, when his mic comes on and it just scares the ever living crap out of everybody. I'm like, I love you, Jacoby, but I'm like, I can't hear anything now. I'm like,
his energy is just
out
the best.
The stadium. It's so good.
He's so funny. I love him. I adore him. He's
but
a
he
really
does the
good friend.
Canes fans, and I'm like, where are you? Why is it
It's so true.
loud?
And I also think too, and Jacoby and I have talked about this all the time, is because he's also primarily at the Durham Bulls.
Yes.
So he's like outdoors. And then and as a host to change, you're essentially doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
You're hyping up people. But just being aware of the different, I mean, he's so good at what he does. And it's just so funny that, you just kind of have to, you're like in the arena for one and you're out in a stadium for the other. But he's Jacoby, I can answer that. Jacoby on the mic is Jacoby in real life. So you
love it.
Jacoby, 100%.
I love it. It's 100% Jacoby. Mm-hmm. What is your boldest yes you've ever said in your career?
Oh, wow. I think, I think there might have been a couple. I think my boldest yes was taking the chance and moving away from my family and moving to Los Angeles. I was terrified. And I'm very close to my family. So moving 3,000 miles away was wild, but it was something that when we were there for the filming of America's Funniest Videos, when I was in high school, I knew I needed to be there. Yeah. It did break my heart to leave, but that's my other big, bold yes. Yeah. Was, after in 2021, after COVID, I got this opportunity. It wasn't radio at the time, but it was another career opportunity to relocate here to North Carolina. And I'm kind of big on signs and the universe and feelings. And I just felt like things were different in Los Angeles and things were going to continue to get different just because of the pandemic and where we were at, that I thought, this is blaring straight in front of me. Yeah. I think you have to jump on this opportunity. So that was a big, bold yes to restart my life at 33. Yeah. And I mean, no friends, no family here. Yeah. And to just, I'm very proud of myself for the short time I've been here, the connections I've made and the things I've accomplished, which I think it was kind of beneficial to be, I don't want to say I'm a big fish, but in LA, you want to be a big fish in a really freaking big pond. And Raleigh is becoming a big pond. Yeah. But I'm glad I got here to kind of get my feet wet, if you will. Yeah. As it's kind of exploding.
You grow your fish size.
I grew in the fish. I fit the pond size. Yes.
Yeah. The pond is getting bigger and you were here at the perfect time that your fish is growing in size.
Exactly. Yeah. I love that.
Is there something you've done recently that your 22-year-old LA self would have never expected?
Oh my gosh. I never expected to be on the radio ever. Okay. If you were to have told 22-year-old me, you're going to have a career in radio, I would have laughed. I would have been like, what? No, I'm going to be on TV. But when radio happened, it all of a sudden became this love, a genre I never even thought of, that really let you focus on what you're saying versus, how you look saying it. And I could really just focus on, again, Meghan and Meghan's voice. And But yeah, 22-year-old Megan would think it's very interesting, cool, and funny that I'm now on the radio.
While we're on this radio side, like radio has this magical intimacy where it is, you're not seeing everybody. It is purely a voice situation. What is something you learned about connecting with people?
Yeah.
Without being able to see them?
It's so hard. It's so hard because sometimes like, I'm like, oh, that was a bad break. And I'm like, and because you can't see people.
Yeah.
It doesn't hit you as much as a perfectionist, because I am a perfectionist, because I can't see the reactions. But in a way, I think that that's what makes radio so special is it's real and it's raw. And I always try to picture who I'm talking to, which is pretty much us, really. I mean, I know men are probably listening and I know different ages are probably listening, but I just try to stick to what I know, and people are either going to resonate or they're not. But what really confirms it for me, and this is the really cool thing about radio, is people can call in. So if I say something and then I see the phone lines start ringing and I'm like, oh, cool. And then I talk to people and it confirms that, you know, Stacy in Youngsville or Lisa in Franklinton, like, you know, they're there and they're listening. Yeah. So it's very cool.
And you're on the midday with WRAL-FM.
Yes.
What has surprised you the most about hosting midday when one would think that people are at work and it's just not one of the busier times of the day?
It's hard. I have this conversation with my boss all the time because I think I feel like I'm which is not a bad thing, but I'm like the Dunkin' drive-thru. I'm the McDonald's. Like you pop in the car, you get a little blip and then you're gone. But I am very used to long form because I used to do morning radio. And I do miss that. I do like being able to talk about hot topics. And it's not that I can't do that middays, but you're doing that in, 10 seconds into an intro versus kind of saying your whole thought. But my boss and Mix and WRAL are so wonderful that they're always willing to like break ceilings and change. They're aware that things are changing and they're like, heck yeah, let's if
try
you're
it.
Feeling this way, let's change it, move it with you. Yeah. So we do have some ideas brainstormed to kind of, as my boss says, throw the format out the window. Let's do something crazy. So we're taking this summer to kind of work on those things.
Yeah. I always, being a social media manager, I always say, I'm like, let's test it. It's my famous phrase of like, let's test it.
Exactly.
Because somebody has this idea and I'm like, okay, great. We don't know if it's going to work. Let's try it. We'll see if it does. And we tested and I'm like, it didn't work.
And I love that about my company.
How do we go do something? We got to go down this other avenue now.
Yes. And Capital Broadcasting and WRAL-FM is all about, let's just test it and see. And I freaking love that about them. And that's why I love working there because nothing's off limits. They're like, let's give it a go. Why not?
I love that.
Yeah.
Have you developed a skill, something that may be unexpected, a skill or mindset that radio has sharpened for you?
Being more, I probably said like 1,000 times already, but being more aware of pauses and likes and those kind of things.
Can I tell you, when I edit, I kick myself because I'm like, Danielle, stop saying yes or stop saying yeah or like. And I'm like, my God, let me just count on my fingers.
I do the same thing because you're so into the conversation. Yes. But yes, it's made me paranoidly more aware of what is coming out of my mouth.
It's funny too because doing this for so long, I've learned that people are like, "Oh, did you listen to this podcast episode?" I'm like, "No." I rarely anymore listen to other podcasts because I'm like, I'm so into this, into this world where I'm like, I kind of just once I am done with this, I'm like, I don't want to hear.
Wait, are you saying you don't want to hear other podcasts or you don't listen to your own?
Oh, I don't listen. After I'm done editing, I don't listen to my own podcast.
It's funny, isn't it?
I hate it.
I know. I would rather watch it. So if you have a podcast that's a video podcast, I don't mind watching it, but listening, I'm with you. I'm like, man,
drives me crazy.
Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard.
It's one of those two where we were talking about it beforehand. The live event that we did at the beginning of the year, I had practice sitting in a chair and I'm like, don't move. Don't.
Are you a wiggler?
I'm a talk with my hands.
Oh, I do that too.
I'm a talk with my hands, but I'm like, I was so nervous. So too, I was like sweating. So I was like crossing my legs and I was like, they were slipping. And I was like, this is not going well for me.
Oh no, I think that is so cool that you did that. It is a dream to do that. So Mix is also the sister station to 99.9 The Fan.
Yes.
And when they do, when Mike Maniscalco goes to Backyard,
The Local.
The Local, that's right. Thank you.
We're very used to saying that though, because it
just rolls off the tongue. But yes, The Local, when he's there, and I love that.
Yeah.
In front of the live audience.
It's cool.
It's such a dream. So
Yeah.
I love that you got to do that.
Yeah. I want to hop into the hockey side, but also the NC Courage side and all the hosting you're doing in the stadiums and arenas. So you hosting for these two teams, do they each have a unique energy about them? Like Canes is something different and Courage is something different.
It is. I mean, the professionalism and the fun is all there. The North Carolina Courage's team, not like their field team, but their team that works there is a lot smaller. There's a lot more people involved with the Carolina Hurricanes and Lenovo Center. So they have a smaller team, but they still do just as many big things. My particular role, actually this year, I did take a step back.
Okay.
Because I couldn't do everything. It was
Megan's a yes woman.
I'm very much a yes woman, and it was very hard for me to say no. But I have done a couple this year, and I told them if they need me, I'm all in. But what is really hard about North Carolina Courage is their season starts when we're in playoffs for the Canes, and then their season ends when we're starting the new season. So there's a lot of crossover, and I couldn't do both.
Yeah.
But when I do the North Carolina Courage, I am very much Jatovi's role. I'm the hype girl. I'm doing promos. I'm doing contests. So the roles in itself, even though I'm on a microphone talking in front of fans, it's night and day different. And there's no one I prefer over the other. I do like with the North Carolina Courage being in the stands and talking one-on-one with the fans. And with the Canes, I do that, but I'm very much in one spot. So it does warrant a different experience. And then, of course, one you're sweating and the other one you're freezing. So there's that too.
I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm gonna preface it before I say it. I love my Hurricanes, and I love like playoff times. I love it. It's great. Mm-hmm. Are you crawling like I am to get through the end of the playoffs and the end of the season?
Because I tell you, the NHL season is the longest season. And then I look at the NBA and I'm like, wow, okay, their season just went even longer. Yeah. But I'm like, is this necessary? There's so many games.
It was one where, like, when we were doing it, like, my dad and I were like, we're very much beach people. So we're like, okay, we could be in the Outer Banks right now, but we're like, we're here. We're loving it. We're enjoying this so much. This is our Hurricanes.
So crazy you say that. Okay, wait though. Because oh my God, I cannot believe you just said that. So literally every single year, my sister lives in Maryland with her husband, and every single year they go to the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Memorial Day weekend. And every year I'm invited. And every year for the past 4 years, I've said, I really want to be there, but it will depend on the schedule. And every single year it's like, I don't know up until the day before if I'm making it to the Outer Banks. Sadly, every year I have made it to the Outer Banks.
Yeah.
Because we didn't get to the Stanley Cup final. And it's because sadly, the Eastern Conference final has happened quickly.
Yes.
But yes. Wait, what part of the Outer Banks?
Nags Head, Manio area.
Okay. Yeah. We go to like Duck, Corolla. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I love the Outer Banks.
Yes.
I've never been much of a beach girl. Like I'll take the lake.
Totally.
But the Outer Banks,
it's
different. My gosh, amazing. And it's the perfect thing to do at the end of the season when I can just
decompress.
Yep.
But so we get to the point and I'm like, okay. Even the finals this year, they didn't start till
it was so late.
The first week of June. I was like, what are we doing?
I know. It's hard. It's bittersweet because I feel like when you're there, it feels long. You can feel it in your body.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, we're getting to the end of the season.
I've had
I'm
too
exhausted.
many hot dogs.
That I'm standing this whole time.
Yeah.
But your adrenaline is going like crazy because you're not out there on the ice with them, but we're all a part of that team.
Yeah.
And you want it so badly for them. And you can just feel, as much as you're like, okay, I'm tired, just like they're probably tired. You want it so badly for the community, for Raleigh, for Caniac Nation, for all of them.
Yeah.
Because also, I think what's beautiful, but also sad about any sports team, but you know that
this group,
even though they're coming back, but this is the last time you'll see that group.
It's even one of those that, as we're talking about it, we don't know.
We don't know if
Burnsy's going to be back.
There's a lot is going to unfold in the next couple days.
Eric Robinson just got signed. I was like, I like Robinson.
Yaska too was
today.
Just,
I was very happy about that one too. But I'm like, we have no idea.
I know.
And it's one where we're like, okay, we have a core group of guys that we know are coming back, but we do have these. It's sad.
I like everyone else had a very hard time, obviously with Natchez, but also Drury. That
Can
broke
I just?
my
this
heart.
Is might be an unpopular opinion. I had a harder time with Drury than I did with Natchez, and I even had a harder time with Nason than I did with either one of those. I was like, this dude would put his body on the line. He'd put himself in front of that net, and he'd run somebody over. If they touched Freddie.
Exactly.
Coach. Whoever.
I know. It's hard to see him go. And it's hard to see him put on that different uniform.
And it's hard to have another player of ours go to the Devils.
And that too. It's really just the whole thing is just devastating.
It's worked out well for New Jersey.
Did you love that though after the round one when Rod just hugged Pesci?
It made me happy.
Those smile.
And Slavin had his moment with him too because they had played together for so long.
Yeah.
And it was one where I'm like, say whatever you want about at the end of the Florida series and the Peters stuff and Paul Maurice and all that.
I'm like, get in the line. I don't agree with that either.
It angered me. You have your opinion. Fine. I don't agree with it. But that's why you shake the hand, because you have players that had been with you for 7 years.
I agree.
That you didn't have any bad blood with. Trades happen. That stuff happens, but you didn't have any bad blood with. And that seeing him do that, I was like, that's why you get in line.
Absolutely.
It's respect.
Absolutely. Yeah. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
And Rod is such a class act.
He is.
And I love, and I know the guys appreciate that too. So
You've got sports fans, families, first timers in the crowds, which is fantastic. We love that the game of hockey is growing in Raleigh and in North Carolina. How do you speak to everyone all at once?
Oh, that is such a good question. That is a really good point. I think I've had to channel that in writing my scripts, because I do actually write my own scripts. And the more knowledge I've gained about hockey, because I'm going to be 100% real, and I've talked about this previously. When I got the job as the in-arena host, I knew Zippola about hockey. I had done in-arena hosting before.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything about hockey. I also didn't know that was going to be my role. I thought I was hype girl, but then they were like, no, you're reporting. I'm like, oh, okay. So I think I've had a lot of help getting to the point I'm at, but now that I'm there, I do try to write my scripts very, not too reporter-y.
Yeah.
Kind of enough that where it fulfills the OG fans, but also simple enough where anyone listening can grasp or understand, what is going to be happening, or with your player to watch, their stats. It doesn't go too much in the weeds of lots of, I don't like numbers, so I don't like a lot of stats.
We'll save that for Mr. Willis or Walt. We'll save them.
Exactly. I go on Twitter and I check what Walt is tweeting the entire game, and I get a lot of stats from him, but I very much try to keep it just, and then also too, I'm talking about promos and fun things to do in the arena, which I would love to do more of. And we've talked about that as well. So just kind of making sure, yes, they're getting the hockey stuff too, but they're also getting that Lenovo Center experience, which can be so fun. But I adore everybody, especially in the plaza parties, getting the chance to go outside and talk to people. And there's some, I love Caniacs.
It's so funny to explain to the Devils and Rangers transplants that are down here now what tailgating is.
It's so funny.
I love watching them walk past and be like,
what is happening? Yeah. Is this a football game? Why are we tailgating?
Why are we tailgating?
Yeah.
Now that you've been in this role for quite some time, do you have superstitions yourself that you have to do before a game? Or
I love that. I always ask that question. I'm trying to think if I have any superstitions.
I am very superstitious.
Pretty much before every game is very much the same. It's very regimented. Like I don't know if I necessarily have to do something in a certain. Actually,
take it back.
It's not necessarily me. I do a lot of things in the same order, but a lot of my coworkers, for instance, one of my bosses, we were losing one of the playoff games, and she looked at me. She said, "I didn't do my control room high fives," and I said, "Get up there." She went up there, and we turned it around, and we won the game. So,
telling you.
Many people in that building, yes, there are things that have to be done in a certain order. So it's a very real thing, yes.
If my dad's wearing a hat and we're losing, he has to turn it around.
Okay.
And if that doesn't change, he has to go to rally cap. So he turns it inside out and then puts it on.
Okay. Another one is this lovely family that I've gotten to know very well that had season tickets in 229. Their thing was at the end of the second, if we were not crushing it, they went to get cinnamon rolls.
Okay, so every game before the game starts, I get a bottle of water and M&Ms. Regular M&Ms. I have to have it every game.
Perfect. See?
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
I will even tell you, so in the section that we were in, Jennifer Daniels.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love Jennifer.
Sits 2 rows ahead of me. Amy Britmore is the row in front of her. Both very funny to watch as we're going through games. Amy is hysterical. She's just yelling things the whole game at refs, and I love her. But Jennifer, if we're winning or losing, if we're winning, you stay in the exact same seats. If we're losing, people get shuffled around.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay.
No, it's people that don't understand will think it's crazy, but they're not in it.
Yeah.
Like superstition is a real thing.
Yeah.
And thanks to us, we've saved them from some crazy losses.
Thank God.
Thanks for the cinnamon rolls and the switching of the seats. You're welcome, Carolina Hurricanes.
Yeah. It's definitely entertaining. I'm like, guys, if I'm wearing the same shoes or the same shirt, I'm like, you let me roll with it.
So be it.
Because let me tell you, the first 2 rounds, I wore the same shirt.
You have to.
You have to.
Do you, boo? Because I completely agree.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to get into the Ice Tea podcast.
Yes.
10 episodes this first season that you launched with. So everybody knows it's podcast spills a little tea on the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yes.
Talking to people whose lives, revolve around this crazy 82 game regular season plus playoff schedule. It spills just enough tea.
Just enough.
How do you decide what stays light and fun versus what gets real and vulnerable?
So I always kind of structure the podcast, all things having to do with game day. So whatever their role is, let's talk about that as it involves the Carolina Hurricanes. Get behind the scenes of that. The middle of the podcast is a lot about their life and how they got to where they are. And then the final part is the spill the tea where I do rapid fire. But I keep it very soft because I don't want, first of all, they're representing the Carolina Hurricanes organization, as am I, but I do this podcast with my role with Mix 101.5. Yeah. So I would never want to put anyone in a position where, they were like, I can't answer that. Yeah. So we keep it light, we keep it fluffy. And that's what I think the beauty of iced tea is that it really is, we do get vulnerable, but I follow the lead of whoever I'm interviewing.
Yes.
Because we do research. I know you do your research
Research
too.
nut.
And you do come across things sometimes that you see that you want to talk to them about, but you don't know, so I follow their lead. You know, I might allude to it. And if they dip further, then I'm like, okay, we can go here.
The door has been opened.
The door has been opened. So let's go ahead. But yeah, it's generally light and fluffy is how I keep it.
Love it. And just to run through a few, I think you kicked off this season with Cam, correct?
Yes, but we filmed out of order.
Okay.
So Cam was actually the first interview I actually did was Chef Sean.
That mustache is fantastic.
Oh my gosh, it was amazing.
Epic.
But what was so funny was I was sort of like, okay, NHL, because they ended up doing a story about the peanut butter and jellies.
Yes.
But Chef Sean was, I think, so nervous to disclose who it was.
Yeah.
But we ended up finding out literally the next podcast
it was so good.
Was
Wiz Chatfield's wife.
Exactly.
It was so good.
And she disclosed, and I was like, this couldn't have been more perfect because it was not planned. It was just raw. And I was like, this is so funny. But that's the thing, talking about keeping it light and fluffy. Yeah. The thing that when one of the viral ones was him talking about cutting the crust off for Jalen Chatfield PBJ. So it's like these little things that are so fun and just nuggets of information. But yeah, those were Drew and Chef Sean were my first two interviews. I think Cam was maybe number 4. Okay. But we had most of the season recorded before we launched. Okay. Which I was a little nervous about, like continuity or for example, in Sue the Sign Ladies episode, we talked about Mages and Drury, but it was before we knew the fate of them. Yeah. So it was kind of, but that's okay.
I think what's so great about what you've done with these episodes, though, is you've got Mike and Shane who are on the road, who are part of the production crew, who are kind of so deep into that side. You've got wives of these players that are going through a completely different thing. You've got a past player who has won the cup, who has won trophies, who has experience with the organization and still is very close to the organization, the community. You're getting a really great full picture.
Thank you. Yeah.
Of what it means to be part of the Carolina Hurricanes family.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's amazing.
And I think why I also wanted to do a podcast like that is because when I first moved here, it wasn't for the Canes job. I was doing another job and I missed being in front of a live audience because that was what I was doing prior to COVID. And the Canes very much made this home for me. It was the reason that I felt like I belonged. And so I kind of came from the perspective as, even though I've been doing this for a few years, as a new Caniac. Yeah. And I kept thinking, well, what about all the people that are moving here that love sports as much as I do, but grew up in New England, which is a huge, like, Patriots, Bruins fan base.
Sucks.
What can we do to, like, get them on this? Yeah. Because it's such a fantastic organization. So that was another reason why I wanted to do it, so people could really get into the depths of what the faces of the entire organization as a whole.
Yeah. And we talked about it briefly beforehand, but if you were to look at the next couple seasons, it's maybe not who you would love to have on, but who you think would be a good person to sit in that chair on the other side of you and would fit the format that you have. Is there like a dream guest that you think would be great to have?
Well, the dream guest is Coach Rod Brindamore.
Absolutely.
Like, oh my gosh. I mean, I would just die, honestly. Of course, having some players on would be fantastic. But again, I think it would be less about how was your season? It would be more about them, you know, and their story and how they got there and what they like about Raleigh and spilling some tea in the locker room of who's your bestie. And
you almost have to, when you talk about players, though, you have to have like Jarvie and KK together.
Oh my gosh.
Or like,
I wouldn't even need to be there.
Martinuk and Svetch. Yes. Or, you know what I mean? Yes. Like, you'd have to have it in those scenarios where you're like, the duos together.
Oh my gosh. But also too, I would love to get, and a lot of people, they get nervous to come on camera. I would love to have more of the girlfriends and the wives, but they are and I don't blame them at all. They're very private.
Very private.
So, it's been a little bit harder to get them on, which I totally respect. But I would love even some equipment managers and those kind of things, because it's just, even, the guys that like take care of the ice. I mean, even the turnover of going from the NC State basketball court to, it's just, there's so many things that are so intriguing. And the list does go on and on. And I'm very excited for season 2 and to see what we can muster up.
I think one of the most excited episodes I had for this first season was Doug Wharf.
Yes.
Because I mean, first year in this real position that he had with this huge transitional period that they had with the front office, he's phenomenal.
Doug is amazing.
He's phenomenal.
He is so
a great speaker too.
Yes. And he is just the best boss that you could have. And I love that because he's had so many different roles in the organization. Yes. He left for a little bit and came back. Yeah. But when you're talking to him, he completely understands because he once worked in those shoes.
Yes.
He knows the in-game side. He knows the sales side. He knows the marketing side. So really, if you're going to have a boss, have someone that's literally walked in the shoes of every other role there.
I love that he was an intern at one point with the Hurricanes. I was like, that's perfect.
Isn't it amazing?
You couldn't have more of a Carolina Hurricanes heart.
He's very approachable and very wonderful. And I'm very happy that he's here.
I love that. Mm-hmm. How do you balance being a fan of the game and of this team while still being a professional storyteller?
Oh gosh. It's the hardest.
About the team.
Literally, do you know what I want to say sometimes when I'm up there on the mic where I'm like, get it together, guys, or like, you really want to be real, but at the same time, or you want to yell at the refs, but you can't.
I do.
I mean, I would love to call them out, but I could not. I could not. But it is very hard. I mean, the real passion comes out when I think they're away because I'm at home.
Oh God.
And I'm able to say
I'm not
whatever.
Born to watch hockey on TV.
It is a lot of anxiety. It's
too much
of anxiety. But you can see even in 229, not that anyone's like paying attention to me like during the game, but I'll pace.
I wish I could stand sometimes.
I will tell you, though, my heels hurt a lot just from wearing, even though no one sees my feet, but I still wear high heels.
Wear it.
I'm just like, if I'm going to do this,
if you're going to do it right. You do it right. If you're going to wear the whole damn outfit,
I'm going to wear the outfit.
You're going to wear the outfit.
Okay. But it does help with the energy. It does help get that stressful energy out when I can pace. And plus, I'm right up there next to Marcus, the DJ, and then my boss is the camera guy up there too. So we're all in it together. And plus, I get so close to the people around me with the season ticket holders that every time they score a goal, there's the line of
high fives all the way around.
Yeah, it's very cool.
My dad and I are both very good at squatting. We're the
Yes.
Up, down.
Oh,
up, down.
Do you feel that the next day?
It's great.
Yeah, it's a great workout.
It's a great workout.
For sure.
But it is very much where those people, and I mean, I loved that we got to the point. I love when you get to the point in the playoffs where nobody's sitting.
No, yeah. Oh, you can't.
I'm like, you better stand up. And if you yell at me because I'm standing up,
then... Yeah, exactly. No, you have to.
You don't understand the occasion of this.
Get the rally towels and let's go. Yeah, I got you.
Yep. We talked about this a little bit. If you could create a dream media project that combines your loves, sports, storytelling, personality-driven content, what would it be?
I love that you asked this question because that's
I just know you have it.
No, because I don't. That you asked this question because literally this is the question that haunts me and keeps me up at night.
Is this the homework assignment that someone has given?
This is the homework assignment.
Okay,
this is like...
I'm sorry to bring up the PTSD.
Having heart palpitations.
Megan's not going to sleep tonight.
Oh my God. No, but I think that's the thing. Like everyone always says, what is... Like I've lived many of my dream jobs.
Yeah.
But I'm always one that I don't know if this is just if it's a problem, but I'm never like satisfied. I want to, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
What's the next thing? And I think because you're almost not taught to think that it's bad if you're multifaceted, but it is very hard to think of that dream job when you do have so many things you love. And I know you're similar too. You love podcasting, you love producing, you love hosting, you love social media, and you're never satisfied. But then also it's like, okay, so does that dream job look like a million different jobs, which is what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Or can you put that
together
together. And I think the things that I love are, I have learned that I do love talking to people, and I do love interviews, and I do love interviewing people. But I also love the lifestyle aspect. I love the fun. I love Raleigh. I love Durham. I love the Triangle. I love that people are moving. So it's like, I don't really know what that looks like.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like. What do you think it looks like? I don't know. I need help. Can you help me?
We can brainstorm some things.
What do I do? I don't know. Okay.
It's like putting paint samples on a wall, and it's like, which
they
one?
all look great.
They all look great.
Which
one
one
is
is
the
it?
right one, though? Yeah.
Girl, you've just hit the nail on the head there.
Oh.
I think something that would be a dream would be, I don't want to say Barbara Walters a legend, Oprah a legend, but I think having
a show.
like a show. I think,
Yeah.
I mean, but you do the same thing. Like kind of, have a show. I mean, I always wanted to like live on TV, but I also know that it could live in many different places. I mean, this is what we're doing now.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe like an interview series, which is a podcast.
Yeah.
See, I don't know.
I've even thought about, to the point, I mean, it's nothing new. It's people, podcast hosts are going on tours now. That's not a new concept.
Yes.
But I've always loved the idea of, okay, I have a guest. They're in Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go down to Austin, Texas, and we're going to have it be a live event where people can come and listen and partake. And we're going to have something there that people can do, and some custom hats or something like that.
Yes.
But I've had that idea. I need to start here first, though.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to know that I can do it and build the audience in the communities before I go and say, I'm going to go to Austin, Texas.
I get it.
Where I have nothing. I have nothing, nobody down there to be able to say, yeah, you've got the audience, you've got the people, you've got the thing to come to.
The important thing is you have the vision, which is half the battle.
Yeah.
You already have the vision.
Yeah.
I don't have the vision. I don't know. It's like spaghetti all over the wall.
Yeah.
It needs to be on the plate, and I don't know how to put it there.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a struggle because I love so many things. The other thing I love, which I don't know how this fits into anything, I guess UGC content, but I love brand representation. And that was actually the job that initially brought me here to Raleigh. I was one of the few people that ended up getting a job during COVID because I lost my job, which many of us did. But I ended up getting a job with this company called Piper Lou, and they were just an e-commerce company. They did tumblers and t-shirts, but my job was to do social media for them and sell it. And it was so fun. It was such a fun job. I just created all day. And then transitions happened, and then, I had to start over again. And that's when radio happened. But anyways, brand, like here you go.
Put it out in the world. Put it out in the world.
I want to have my own wine brand someday.
Okay.
Like start to finish, make it, brand it,
bottle design.
But and it's my wine. I have my own line of wine.
Are you a red or white?
I do like both. More red. I'm more of a red drinker, but because it's so, like a day like today where it's so hot out, white. We gotta go. Oof, I need that thing iced.
We need to cool down.
Get me some rosé. We're good. But actually, it's funny. And that was the other thing, bringing it back to Cam Ward and the Ice Tea podcast. That was something I knew he did that not that many people know of, that he has his own wine brand.
Yeah.
And
he's a character.
His vineyard in Napa. And I'm like,
he's a character.
So Cam, if you need a spokesperson.
If you need a content creator.
There you go.
I got you. There you go.
I know.
I loved, this is such a tangent, but I loved him this year when the NFL draft was going on, and Cam Ward.
That was funny. He's like, wait, did I just get drafted? I love his social media.
Who gave this man a phone? Take the phone away from Cam Ward. What the hell is he doing? But it was funny. It was so perfectly on time with it too.
Yes.
Like I was like, that's a good piece of content.
That was really great.
I was like, I appreciate that. And it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. Oh, I agree. People love it.
I loved it. Funny. What is one thing people misunderstand about what it takes to be a multi-platform host like you are?
I think a lot of people think we just turn the mic on and go, which is, part of it. But there's so much prep that goes into it. Like what I mentioned earlier, I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a team of people that help, but I start the script.
Yep.
Right. Like I do the research, I start it, I put it down. And then there's a couple of hands it's passed off to just to like check my work and everything like that. But I've gotten to the point now where before there was a lot of corrections because I was new and I did not know what I was doing. But now, it's pretty much check, hand it off. But like all that background research is me. Yeah. And then also too, I think, again, I don't want to discredit anyone that's behind the scenes and it helps, but a lot of it is you putting your foot forward and you busting down the door yourself. And these ideas and creations start from you and you, manifest that into fruition. And I think just people understanding that there's been so much work behind what is actually, what you see.
Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Meghan Lamontagne.
Thank you so much. This was so fun. I can't
thank you enough for sitting down with me today. This has been so much fun. And I love, this was just a brainstorming session for Meghan.
Literally, no, it was a therapy session. Thank you. You're like my career coach. I'm like, where do I go? What do I do next?
We're just bouncing things off each other. We just happen to have a mic in front of us, but I truly can't thank you enough for sitting down with me. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. As hockey has ended, I'm like, okay, great. We have a month and then we're back into it.
We're back into it. And I feel like we're kind of already back into it too, because I'm like, okay, we got to keep an eye on the Instagram and who are we getting and who's going? And oh my God, it's wild. But
the movement will happen here soon.
Yes, it absolutely will. Yeah. Oh my God. You're so great at what you do.
Thank you. I appreciate
keep
that.
Doing it.
I appreciate it.
It was definitely interesting being on this side of it. I'm so used to being on your side of it.
I've done one other podcast as like a guest. It's my first time ever doing it. And I'm like, I don't know if I talk too much.
I was real honest in it. I'm like worried. I'm like, did I say anything that's like kind of like,
no.
Okay.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Believe me, I've had so much other outlandish things said. I'm like,
oh. No, it's fine.
No, but I so appreciate you sitting down with me.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
And doing this. You guys, I'm going to have all of Meghan's socials down below. Please go give her a follow. Stay up to date on all her things. And as always, I will see you guys back here next time. Bye, y'all.